What's going on, world? This is the 33rd
I think so, right?
episode of the 33rd episode of the Bet. Yeah, it's the Bet on Us podcast. I'm 1K Watts,
And I'm Mike.
and we got Andres behind the boards.
Yo, what up?
How you feeling this week?
I'm feeling good. Chargers had a bye, so I didn't have to have my blood pressure spiking for 2.5, 3 hours watching the game.
No stress.
Yeah, so I got to enjoy just watching the games, enjoying everything, not really being emotionally attached to any of the games. I did take 3 L's in fantasy football this week, though. 0 for 3. Tough week fantasy-wise. But I kind of want to hand it over to you because you were at the Eagles game, Eagles-Rams game down in L.A. this weekend. How was your weekend? Tell us a little bit about that.
My weekend was green. That whole stadium, green jerseys. You love to see it. We travel well. I like the support that Eagles fans carry along the whole United States. Everywhere I go, if it's around an Eagles game, all I hear is "Go Birds."
Watching that on TV, it looked like it was like 75% Eagles fans.
It was a great time, dude. It feels like home when everyone's in the same jersey as you, when you're all cheering for the same thing. Eagles did okay. I don't think we did great. Our secondary kind of got sliced up with Cooper Kupp and Nakua.
Yeah.
You know, the Rams are a good squad, though.
The Rams are surprisingly good with how young that team is.
Yeah.
But Nakua and Cooper Kupp, it was interesting to see how they still played together with Cooper Kupp coming back. That's a pretty dynamic offense. They're going to put up yards.
Stafford is
looking great.
Solid. I mean, he's always going to be solid.
Looking great.
He's a veteran quarterback. The Rams, I think their defense is questionable. I think that's what we kind of took a hold of. And that's why I think we won that game. Our offense is just really good when we're clicking, which we weren't even clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
But we did solid. Our defense made some big plays. And
you guys don't make a bunch of mistakes to put yourself into bad positions to where the team's getting easy points. I think that's been the biggest takeaway from watching the Eagles.
We play very smart. Yeah. And I think that's what's stopping us from losing games. I mean, dude, we're 5-0. Yeah. Not much you can bitch about.
You're winning. And you guys are getting knocked a little bit because you're not playing the most exciting brand of football. You guys aren't necessarily looking like a well-oiled machine all the time, but a win's a win. You guys are finding a way to get it done at the times where you need to get it done. But you guys are struggling in the red zone a little bit.
A little bit. It kind of reminds...
A lot of field goals.
Yeah. Our style of play kind of reminds me of the Patriots when they were kind of on top of shit. They weren't always dominant in those years, like 06, 07. There was a few games where, hey, they won. You know? Yeah. It's all that really matters. As long as we get first seed in our division or in the NFC, in the whole conference, I'm happy with it. Yeah. Let's get us that week, that bye, going into the playoffs. And
I don't know if you guys are going to be number one in the NFC with the way the 49ers are playing right now. Dude. Yo, they put a ass whooping on the Cowboys. They suck, dude.
Let's talk about it, huh?
It was bad.
The Dallas Cowboys. I am sick and tired of Dallas Cowboys fans bullying the entire world into thinking the Cowboys are going to be good every single year. They haven't made it past the divisional round since '95.
They've won one playoff game or two wild. They haven't made it. They haven't won the second round.
They haven't been past the divisional. Yeah. They haven't gotten to a conference championship, which is absolutely ridiculous. Dak Prescott fucking sucks. We've known this, but for some reason people want to overlook it. You know, threw 3 interceptions last night. Absolute garbage. Isn't making anything more than a first read. He's got people open downfield.
He's a glorified Jimmy G.
Yeah, dude, he looked horrible. And what I've been saying since the start of the season, if the Cowboys defense does not win the game, if they're getting points scored on them, they're going to lose that game. Because Dak is not pushing the offense to get more than 20 points.
I don't think you want Dak in a 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter to go drive down the game and win for you. If he's not playing from ahead to where he can just game manage and make the safe reads, he's not going to push the ball down the field and push the pace.
He's thrown 2 touchdowns this year to wide receivers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It. Bro is a fucking bum.
Yeah.
And I think Cowboys fans are finally seeing it. This is what we've been saying the past couple years. You know, he's not 2016 Dak.
He's not it.
That's 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever it is. And I love seeing it because you finally are seeing Cowboys fans recognize the downfall. Yeah. And then after this year, it doesn't get prettier. You got to pay people. You got to pay Micah. Dak needs a contract extension.
And his cap's going to start eating up.
You need to start paying people. You need to pay Trevon Diggs, I think. There's going
to be a lot of money going out.
This team will never be the same. So if you guys don't figure it out,
it's not going to be good.
And I honestly think the odds of them missing the playoffs gets higher and higher every loss. Because look, the next 3 weeks, they got you guys.
Chargers.
They got the Rams. And they got us at home.
That could be 3 L's right
They
there.
could be 3-5 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they got Dolphins, Bills, and then us again.
Dak has been regressing since the ankle injury. He's stopped. I don't know if he's not confident in his lower body as much as he used to be, but he's not running anymore.
Right.
The best thing about Dak Prescott used to be his ability to extend plays and kind of get those flash plays because he's running around, and he doesn't seem to do that anymore.
No.
He wants to stay in the pocket, and it seems like when the pocket folds down, if you can get pressure on him, he turns into a statue.
Yeah. And I really think he questions his ability now. I think last year's interceptions and the media talking about it got to him.
It gets in your head, dude.
And now I think before every pass, it's in the back of his head. And then yesterday you have 3 interceptions, and are you the same guy?
When a player loses their confidence,
Yeah.
how do you reinstill that?
It's
That's
tough.
a hard one.
And he even said, he was like, this was the most prepared I came into a game.
Yeah.
He thought they were going to do, I think the Cowboys just got a little buoyed.
They got thrown around. They got thrown around. Chargers play the Cowboys next Monday for Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I see us winning that game. Their defense has shown that they can get diced up.
I think if you guys can just put points on the board
Right away,
you win.
Score on the first couple possessions, get a lead. I'm not afraid of Dak Prescott making a run back. What the Chargers have shown this year is that we finished very strong and we're starting very strong and finishing kind of weak.
Yeah.
So if we can at least get up and get a lead on them, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about that at all. I think the Cowboys are going to be an easy game.
I think they got to figure out a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I think a lot hit them this weekend. Reality hit them this weekend. And I think the Eagles are even going to give them a hard time. I think
100%.
our offense is better than our defense. So if we put up scores on you, you got to figure out how to come back. Our defense feeds off having a lead.
And your guys' deep offensive line's so good that you should be able to kind of neutralize Micah a little bit.
Micah,
He's great, but I mean, that offensive line is ridiculous.
Big games, Micah's non-existent.
He does shrink in big moments. It's a tough one when all your stars seem to kind of shrivel when the lights get too bright.
It's sad, but I love to see it.
Yeah.
Fuck
the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Dude,
So Chargers.
bye week. We
Yeah.
got a dub against the Cowboys, and then we play the Chiefs after that. It'll be a hard game. Divisional games are always close. We've beat the Chiefs last year. One of the times we lost, that's when the pick six happened when Everett quit on the route.
Yeah.
Talking about people getting blown out, though, Mac Jones and the Patriots.
I thought you were going to say your butt.
Oh, yeah.
Mac Jones sucks.
Dude, they're bad. And I saw so everybody talks about him being a dirty player.
He is.
And I saw some highlight reel on TikTok of him just like he slid and like raised his foot up and kicked somebody in the nuts. Like
he loves
dirty play.
he
after
loves
dirty play is
tapping people's
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah, dude. Is Bill Belichick going to be on the hot seat at some point though? He's not looked great since Tom Brady left.
Yeah, he's not Tom Brady,
And
Bill Belichick.
Let me go off for a second, right? Are there a bunch of good coaches that are riding the success off of their QB Super Bowls that get credit that they don't deserve? For example, Sean Payton doesn't look like he's been able to turn the Broncos around. He was talking a lot of shit.
No Drew Brees.
No Drew Brees.
Right.
Bill Belichick, before Tom Brady, because he was the coach of the Browns and the Patriots a little bit before that, had a losing record. Tom Brady comes, biggest dynasty ever. Tom Brady leaves, and they've not shown any signs of real potential.
Let me give you one more. Andy Reid. Couldn't do it without Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
On the Eagles, we got to a Super Bowl.
He didn't win it.
We lost.
Yeah.
And, I mean, McNabb was fine. Vic was fine. But couldn't get it done.
Yeah. The reality is I think a great QB can overcome coaching deficiencies more easily than a great coach can overcome QB deficiencies.
You're right. I agree.
So, I mean, Bill Belichick's got to be on the hot seat at some point, right?
I think his time has been gone.
Yeah. But he still has the keys to the castle. He's GM, coach.
Yeah, I think that changes quick. I think Robert Kraft probably wants one more before he dies.
And you've had enough time to make something work, right?
And that's what I have the same feeling. That's how Jerry Jones feels. It's like, bro, I've given so much for just one more.
Yeah.
Let's just get close.
And Jerry Jones is what, like 98? He's gonna croak sometime if he wants to get another ring before it's all said and done as well. And then what's gonna happen in Denver? Because the Broncos are a bad football team. Yeah. That's a really bad football team. Sean Payton's not going anywhere for the next 2 to 3 years. Russell's big contract starts next year. That big extension he signed, it doesn't even go into effect until next year.
Right.
So they can't move off of him. Because it clearly looks like Russ is not that guy anymore.
No,
I know he's been putting up some numbers in the past 2 or 3 games previous to this week in the first half.
Yeah.
But he's not the same guy. You see him scrambling. It used to be letting Russ cook and him running around, extending plays, making something happen. And he couldn't run away from anybody. He looks like he's running in quicksand.
I think time has gotten to him.
Yeah, father time, age.
Think people are just as fast as he is. He's not as quick. Same with Dak. Dak, you can see time's gotten to him a little bit. Injuries.
I think with Russ, though, there really is a disconnect in the locker room with him and his other players.
People don't, his shit's corny.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was interviewing Marshawn Lynch, and Marshawn said that he never even had a relationship with Russ outside of,
Him
practice.
Yeah.
He said when he got a call from, he needed to get in contact from Russ, he would have to call Russ's people, and then he would get a call from a blocked number. He never even had Russell Wilson's phone number to be able to talk to him one-on-one. That's some crazy. That's corny, crazy,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, I don't like Russell.
And you're acting too celebrity, bro.
Yeah.
That's acting too celebrity. So I just don't see the Broncos doing much, turning around this year.
Best team in the NFL, Niners. We agree.
Yeah, I gotta say Kansas City is probably the best team in the league.
No.
Or I'm not. I just heard Kansas City in the background. 49ers are definitely the best team. 100%. That roster all the way around is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Fucking that defense is scary. That offense is scary. The play schemes are scary. Everything's to the T right now. They're dialed in.
Is Brock Purdy really that guy, or is the roster he's I think a very average quarterback that has the best roster around him? So of course you're gonna look great.
I don't like calling quarterbacks system quarterbacks. But he's a very good product of the system, and he's very accurate, and he's quick decision making.
The 49ers seem to have an offensive scheme that allows for system quarterbacks.
Right, but Brock Purdy also reads defenses really well, makes the right read, and is very accurate.
Yeah, you really put that on display last weekend.
Yeah, he was fucking hitting everything he threw, 100%. Dotting people up.
100%. The Lions are good, dude.
Are they?
The Lions are looking pretty good.
Yeah. Who'd they play?
Did the Lions take a dub or an L?
The Lions?
Yeah. Just overall, their offense.
I'm not sold on the Lions.
Montgomery went off.
The Lions won yesterday, 42-24.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who'd they play?
The Panthers.
Oh, that means nothing to me.
Panthers suck, but the way they run their offense, the Chiefs and the Lions ran the same little, handoff,
Niners.
toss back. Well, the Chiefs, was it the Chiefs? No, the Niners ran that.
Yeah.
And the handoff to pitch to the wide receiver, pitch back to the quarterback. Same exact play ran by the Lions. I didn't pick up on that. I think the Lions' offense deserves their credit.
They're fine.
They didn't even have St. Brown put up 42.
I'm not crowning them yet. I'm not impressed with that.
I think they're a team
Panthers
to be afraid to play.
So bad.
The Panthers are bad, but the Lions, I think, are a team to be worried about playing, even if you are a good team.
Do you guys play them?
I'm not sure if we play them or not.
I think the Cowboys play them. I think I saw them on that schedule, and I was like, oof.
They play the Buccaneers next Sunday.
It's another.
Yeah, the Buccaneers had a bye as well. The Buccaneers have been surprisingly decent.
They're all right. They're ups and downs.
Mike Evans has been pretty consistent. I think this is the best year.
Chargers in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. The thing that is, it doesn't matter who the Chargers play. It doesn't matter if it's the worst team in the league or the best team in the league. It's gonna be a one-score game. We never blow anybody out.
We got good football ahead, dude.
We do.
There's much hope for this season. I'm excited for every week. Dolphins, how do we feel about them? They've taken a step back since the 70-point game, right?
Well, they took a L after the 70-point game. They got it back in the win column last week
With the Giants.
It's the Giants, so don't give them too much credit. They're just so fast, and they broke a record for the most passing yards in the first 5 games or something, or most total offensive yards in the first 5 games. They just got a track team over there. But what we saw when they lost was that if you get some pressure on Tua, that's really key.
Yeah.
You got to make him sweat. You can't let him dance around and let Tyreek Hill run around for 5 seconds downfield.
Right.
They're playing the Panthers next and then the Eagles.
Yeah. We got a good one against them. We got the Jets next week. Giants, where do you go from here? You are in this shitstorm. Your quarterback sucks.
You shouldn't have paid him.
Your offensive line is non-existent.
As much as I want to drag Daniel Jones, it's not even his fault.
Sometimes it is, though.
Sometimes it is, but that offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
They are a bad team, dude. Like,
There's all the way around a bad
they're
team.
gonna be they might lose every game from here on out.
Yeah, I think the Giants might end up cleaning house, new coaching and a new quarterback at the end of the year.
I like Dayball. I'm not out on Dayball yet.
I don't think Dayball is the answer either. You can't just sit there and scream at your quarterback when you know he's not that guy anyways, and you didn't do anything to secure or shore up that offensive line a little bit.
Right. Fuck. It was just a tough game.
Yeah.
I hate watching them play. And there's nothing you can do about the Daniel Jones contract. You're paying 4 years, $160 million.
That was such a bad contract.
Like, that's so
They won't play Barkley, but
yeah.
they'll pay him.
sickening. And I think Saquon's out after next year.
And talking about running backs getting paid, Jonathan Taylor got paid by the Colts.
Yeah.
They did a complete 180 on their approach to dealing with him.
Yeah.
They weren't going to pay him, and they gave him, 3 years, 40-something million with like 26 million guaranteed. It was a sizable contract after they kind of made this clear stance that they were not going to pay him.
Yeah.
They paid him like they really needed him. Zach Moss has been going off.
Has a game. Yeah.
The day they pay or like the week they pay him, he has a 23 carry, 165 yard game with a TD.
Yeah.
Crazy. So what's he? Are they? They can't just steer away from using Zach Moss. He's been so productive. Is that going to be the next dynamic duo in the NFL?
Maybe.
Well, they're running with Gardner Minshew now.
Yeah, the problem is
what's his name?
the Colts aren't great either. I don't like to overhype these teams just because they had a couple good games. It's like these teams are so mediocre, you know?
It's what most of the NFL is.
Right.
You're lucky enough to be a fan of one of the best teams in the NFL.
It's not always been that.
It's
though.
like 4 or 5 great teams. The rest of the league.
You just said best great like the next great duo though. Like they're on the fucking Colts. They're not going to be
I'm talking
great
about a
anywhere.
running back duo.
Yeah, but they're not going to be great anywhere.
I know,
That's
but
the
I can argue one case about the Colts and not say they're the best team. I didn't say the Colts were going to be the team to fucking win it all this year. I just said their running back duo.
They got good people in the backfield, but they're not going to be the next great duo.
The running back duo. I'm talking about right now.
They'll be fine. They're fine.
All right, Jesus Christ.
But also back to, I've been an Eagles fan since 03, 04.
You saw them in a Super Bowl in what, 05, 06?
Yeah, and they lost.
They were in a
and then
Super Bowl.
and then how many years did I go without seeing them be shit? I watched early Nick Foles. I watched Kevin Kolb. I watched Garcia. We had shit quarterbacks for a long time.
That is true. Carson Wentz.
So I've just lived long enough to finally see us this good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know. You've seen your team be good multiple times and still make the argument that you would rather see your team never in a Super Bowl than to be in a Super Bowl and lose. I just don't get that shit. I grew up without ever watching my team.
We'll watch your
Not
team
even-
lose the Super Bowl and then we'll have the conversation.
At least I'd be able to have my team in the Super Bowl.
That's like the
It
argument.
sucks never even seeing your team in the AFC Championship
But that's like
game.
the argument of
Your
rich
argument's
people
so-
can't be sad. You don't know what it's like to be rich. You
miss 100% of the shots you don't take, though. Wouldn't you rather have the at-bat and strike out?
Not if you airball.
I'd rather have the at-bat.
Okay, have the at bat and then talk to me after you strike out. It's a whole different perspective. It's like you just watched 4 quarters of your team lose in front of the world.
Yeah, whatever. We're always going to argue on that. Is there anything else to really talk about?
I think we're caught up.
NFL-wise, I think we kind of touched all bases.
I think that was the weekend, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Where were we at time-wise?
19. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, we're good.
And then we'll catch up Thursday.
Yeah, get another game Thursday. Who's playing Thursday night?
Yeah, let's make a pick.
Yeah. Let's see.
Thursday night.
Oh, Chiefs and somebody, right?
Chiefs and Broncos.
Oh, that's Chiefs.
Chiefs. Is Travis gonna play? Do you see that? Do you see him roll his ankle?
No,
he
I
came
didn't.
back into the game, but he had a non-contact injury
Oh.
where he just rolled the shit out of his ankle and limped off the field. Went into the locker room, got it all taped up, and I'm sure a little steroid shot in the ankle
Yeah.
or something like that. It's a
Well,
cortisone.
I
He
mean,
came back out and played the rest of the game.
They could sit them this week and they still win that game.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Broncos suck.
Yeah.
Bronco countries, let's ride.
You want to wrap this thing
Let's
up?
go ahead and tune out of that. Or check out. Tune out.
I was like, tune out on what? Okay, I appreciate everybody watching.
Thanks for
We'll be
watching.
back Thursday for episode 34. Appreciate y'all.